before we get started, like typically, y'all, for the people that's new here or whatever, like we gonna open it up for like questions and everything. You just type questions as we chopping it up. We can bring people on, chop it up too, if you got questions or whatever, or just want to chop it up. So yeah, we like to keep it open,
What was the
engaging.
last live? If you look in the live recordings, any past live we've had is all in there. We have 15 up so far. Last one was on the 16th. Was the upload date on the 16th? Yeah.
Yeah, yep, that's what it
Yep,
look
yep.
like. Yeah.
All of them are
Man, that
up
was the
there though.
last one.
Yeah, all of
Been a
them are up
minute.
there though. Last recorded one. Remember, I didn't record one of them. Remember, I did
Oh
a
yeah, that's
solo.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
I did a solo one. I didn't
Yeah.
record it though.
That's right.
All right, bet. Nah, we can get started. My fault. Let's make sure everything was solid.
So what you think? So like today's theme, y'all, like it's climbing the corporate ladder, but let me get y'all thoughts on that first and foremost. Like, what y'all think about climbing the corporate ladder?
Yeah, what are
Cause
some ways you guys
we
have
got what we
started?
gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got what we gonna say and how we, you know what I'm saying, do it. But what y'all think about climbing the corporate ladder?
Relationships. True.
Relationships.
True.
Yep.
It definitely is all relationships.
Connections. Yeah.
Connections, yup. Believe it or not, guys, and we're going to go into it a little bit, but climbing the corporate ladder doesn't have to do with your technical ability at the end of the day, right? Climbing the corporate ladder, especially to me, is whether you can be that person that's reliable at the company, being that person that's the go-to guy, so a person that they know they can handle a task with you and it's going to get done fast in a hurry or be a priority, right? And this happened recently for me. I'll give an example. I helped somebody out at our company, and I didn't even I was given it by my boss. My manager said, hey, this person needs help. It's an access request, and then she needs a service principal, blah blah blah. Got it done within a day, and within 24 hours. And then the next day on the stand up, which basically all the department managers and heads that they all have to be on with our CIO, they gave me a compliment and they gave me a recommendation and all of that. So then 3 days after that, my boss calls me and basically tells me he wants to talk about my bonus. And he said that in the meeting, they had basically, she had called me out and said that basically I helped her out and it was done quickly and then got her problem resolved. And that gave me brownie points. At the end of the day, you want to get some brownie points. Is all you're trying to do is stack up those wins. And how do you stack up those wins? We'll go into more detail, but you do it by being reliable, being that go-to person, providing value to the company. Anything else to add on to that, AP?
I mean, shoot, like you saying go more deep into it. I'm like, shoot, you low key spill a game right there. Like a lot of people say, you know what I'm saying? I see somebody in the chat say soft skills, right? Soft
Yep.
skills and connections and everything. Like we talk about it all the time, just like shooting the shit. That's what we call it. That's our thing
Mm-hmm.
where it's shooting the shit. Like a lot of times for me, like um like I'm the guy in in the office. I go in the office probably like once a week, but when I do go in the office, they know I'm there and they know who I am. Like I'm the person everybody like I go around talking to anybody and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's not everybody personality, but like even just a simple like just talking to somebody once in a while can make you not invisible. You kind of want to be visible to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
So like little stuff like that, like the soft skills matter. But I will say though, like as far as like climbing the corporate ladder, like everything's been mentioned is definitely true. But another aspect of it, I believe, is especially in your role, right? Let's talk the business side of it because I don't think a lot of people don't understand the business side of like dollars, right? These companies when they hire you, right, they have a range that they will hire you for. So for let's just put it, if if the range for the role is between 100,000 and 150,000, right? And they hire you at 120, and you get bonuses all these years, right? Your regular 3% bonus every single year, whatever. And you get to a point where you're making 150K. It's only so far that they're willing to spend on that role. So climbing the corporate ladder, yeah, but at some point it's like you hit a wall. So one thing that me and he's been talking about is, yeah, you can climb the corporate ladder or you can go into a manager position, but not everybody want to be a manager. Um, for my example, I don't have plans on being a manager probably ever. I may change, but probably ever. But the best way to do it is to really like
Job
go
hop,
go to a different company, bro.
job hop.
Like
Got it. It is,
literally.
and what do we mean by job hop? We don't mean get in your company 6 months and then try to leave your company. No, sure, build in a year's worth, build in 2 years worth, get a decent understanding, and be able to build that list of projects and build that list of skills that you've done and you gave to the company, the ways that you've helped the company. Because at the end of the day, when you move to the next company, they want to know what you did for your previous company. They want to know how you changed that company. They want to know how much. Um, they want to know how much. Um, oh my God, they want to know what you did for the company.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
always pay raises. Kyle just said it. Pay raises
Yep.
too. Every time you move to another company, you're not going to move there for less money. Okay, so you always want to strive to get more. Whatever your last offer was, that is your baseline. That is the lowest amount. The highest offer that I have is my lowest base amount when I'm going for a next role. That is the value
Facts.
that you already as your stamped is that you're tagged. You have documentation saying you're worth that much to another company, which means that is your dollar.
Yeah. And there are statistics to
How much
prove
value
this
you added?
too.
Yes.
Yeah, there's statistics to prove this. Like you're more likely than like you could do an awesome job. You can be the best employee ever at your company, but you're more likely to get significant amount of pay bump jumping companies than staying stagnant at your current company. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just facts. The data shows it, everything. Um, Another thing, as far as like when you're at your company, and he's been mentioning this, like I feel like you should be building like a brag
Projects.
sheet
Yeah,
or at
exactly. A
least
brag sheet.
documenting,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like having some documentation, right? I ain't saying you got to document every goddamn, but significant stuff you've done that you can have a brag sheet that you can speak to in interviews, right? So you can go to other companies and mention like the value you've done at this company, what you've implemented, your technical skill, all of that stuff, right? And you can use that as leverage. So that's currently what I'm doing. Like I have, for me, I have like I don't know if you do. I don't know if y'all agile. Y'all use that. Y'all do agile.
We don't use
Hinksman.
agile. No.
Y'all do agile. So do you have like any like like documentation for like the work you do, like projects?
With stuff like that, it's more of like we turn in weekly reports and monthly reports. So like basically giving out KPIs, like giving out metrics of how many access requests have I had to deal with, how many app registrations, how many stale accounts have been removed or accounts have been reviewed, things like that, stuff like that. And then we
Yeah.
also have it's all through ticketing. We use Fresh Service for our ticketing service.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, so y'all documented it all in the ticket
super
and you can
fresh.
see.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
that makes
That's our
sense.
documentation.
Like somebody Showcase said Planner. Yeah, we use Planner,
Planner.
or some people use Jira or Confluence. Yeah, my company has Jira,
Yeah,
but
we use
we hate
ServiceNow,
Jira
Fresh
because
Service.
yeah. So we use we got service now too, but yeah. Um, but yeah, documenting stuff in like Microsoft Planner, like and documenting it like that'll mean so much for your career because like bro, it's so much. It's a lot of stuff that I've done and I forgot. Like it's so much, bro, and you forget, bro. And like sometimes, like even in this tech market, like you'll find yourself learning something because there's a lot of times you have to learn on the spot in this industry, and you'll learn something, do it, and then let's just say you work at a company for 2 years, you come back to and be like, damn, I forgot even how to do this stuff. So it's like you can still reference that because you've done it before, right? So I think
Write it
documentation
down.
is everything.
He said, write it down. It's
Yeah.
old fashioned. Yeah, write it down. But the thing is
Oh,
too,
you write
like
it
what we
down?
not even that. which guys, what we're trying to say is too, like, realize we're saying have projects done, everything you've worked on, document them as projects or document them under your experience. Under your experience, those 2 to 3 bulletin points are all different projects you've done with metrics, with KPIs, how many things you've done for the company, how many people you've onboarded, how many people you've had to deal with, and how many users they have at the company. That's where you're going to put it at on your resume, and that's where you get all the hits from. The hits are going to come from job experience. They're going to figure out what is in those bulletins if they have good metrics, and then they also, if they have good keywords and things like dealing with acronyms and stuff, those are where the hits come from. And then even if you have experience and you want to add another section, I like to keep it one page for resumes, but like you can add projects, experience, what skills and certs are the only things you need on there. So it's like document what you've done with that company in that year, 2 years. Document what you have under that, under your experience, what you did for the company, and that way they're gonna see it on your resume how you've influenced the company and what you've done. The user base going from whatever it was to whatever it is now. Like in our company, I've been here for almost going. It'll be 2 years in like May, so over a year and some change. But our user base has jumped over like almost 10,000. So it's like where you can document that on there, and that's all free, like free game for you to do that. Putting it in your LinkedIn
Yeah.
as well. You're gonna get hits on there like crazy. But yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about around job
So,
hopping.
so I got a question for you now. When it comes to hold on. So I have this written down. I actually had this one written down. So how was it like for you, like when you first joined a company? Because I know some people recently get jobs and everything. Like that question has came up a ton of time. Like when you first get into your IAM role, what should you expect going into your first IAM role, and what's the best advice you can give somebody like first going into their IAM role?
Be ready to learn. Because in the beginning, I'll give an example. When I first got at the company, I asked, in the interview phase, when he said, at the interview, when I asked him, what does a 30, 60, 90 look like for someone that wants to be successful in this role in the company? And he basically told me, you're not going to be doing anything the first 90 days by yourself. You're going to be working directly with me, and then you're going to be taking things off my plate. And that's basically what it was. He would show me how he wanted done, what his industry standard was for the company or the company standard, and then after that I would take on that moving forward. I would continue to do that, and then on top of that, projects were added onto that, and that's basically how it goes. So just be ready to learn. um, they have to train you appropriately as an HR thing, or else you can sue and stuff like that. So they're gonna train you, and you'll have the most help you have. They're gonna let you use AI. AI helps a lot with that too. They want us to use our AI so much. I use Copilot so much. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to learn how to code and do all of this. Even for AD, if you need scripts ran up, Copilot can help you with it. The company wants you to use AI. So just use all the tools to your disposal is what I would say. And be ready to learn when you're first in the company, because they're not just going to give you a laptop and tell you to go just run around. No.
And I had to piggyback off that point using AI. My manager get on our ass for not using AI. And then in the other aspect of that, like I just had, um, I'll just tell you who came. We had AWS come to us and they gave us like demos. We did hands-on labs and everything. And they were telling us they had like some statistics. They was like when they're working in a terminal and they're running scripts or they're doing certain things, setting up, doing a policy, right? They said companies expose themselves and have more like errors from like human errors in writing these scripts versus you being able to interpret like and write the like prompt AI to write your script, right? So they're pretty much told us like, hey, use AI to start scripting now because it's at a higher proficient rate than humans doing them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really getting to the point, bro. Like
We're getting
it's
agents in
not,
our stuff now, bro. They're
yeah,
introducing agents. We have a dude
literally.
that we hired just to build AI agents out for us to help people in the company. Like, it's getting to that point. So a lot of these basic tasks that you need done, these basic reports that are being written up are being written up by AI and then just tweaked by them. So it's like
Yeah.
that's the way AI is making a big influence. It's not taking anybody's job, but these basic things like creating things in Excel and creating these sheets, AI is going to create all these sheets for you, bro.
Yeah, that's facts. Another thing I want to mention before, and we're gonna get into the questions too in the chat, and let y'all come up, ask questions, whatever. Another thing I want to mention, like when you first start your IM role, right? The best thing you could do is learn, but also learn where the documentation is specifically. You want to understand the landscape because every company's different. Every company's tech stack is different. Everybody's the way they work, the culture, how slow they are. Like you want to ask as many questions you can, and then understand the documentation as well, because like I knew to do that, but I should have did it. Like looking back, I should have did a bit more than what I did do
Mm-hmm.
because I had to backtrack later on working with my current company and kind of, kind of go through documentation because it's
Mm-hmm.
like these companies, bro, like it's it can get crazy like with the documentation and everything, but I'll just keep it at that.
Yeah. No,
But
exactly. Let's see. Talk a
let's
little bit.
get
We'll go into another topic, right? We'll
okay.
go into another topic in there. We'll move into a little bit. We'll talk about elevating yourself. You know what I mean? The corporate ladder. Talk about job stacking a little bit. If you'd want to start us off in this topic, what do you think about job stacking and how that can help? With you at the end of the day, you're climbing the ladder to make more money. How would just adding another role help you also in getting that same goal?
Yeah, job stacking isn't for everybody, but I do encourage it. Like if you want a job stack, job stack. The main reason I got into this space and learned about it is because I saw somebody else job stacking, and I was like, oh, they really having it. They
Mm-hmm.
job stacking, each job making at least 120K, job stacking three, four, five jobs. I'm like, I want to do that, right? So yeah, like job stacking multiple six-figure jobs, making more monies than the CISOs, more money than the managers.
Telling you.
I think that's a beautiful thing about this industry. Um, Other than that, though, like me personally, I haven't had job stacking experience, so it's kind of hard for
Yeah.
me to speak on like giving people advice for job stacking. But that's my opinion on it. I just think if you want job stack, go for it. What do you think?
So it is real. Yeah, it is, bro. People were making, especially like software engineers back, like they were doing. I heard people when they were job stacking 4 jobs or whatever as like a software engineer and all making 150K salaries on them. They would just have people coding for them. They would farm it out to a third party or something like that, and then they would just be in for meetings and stuff. It's cold, especially during COVID. It was probably some crazy tip. We barely missed out on it. I ain't even gonna lie. If we would have hit during
Yeah,
COVID,
bro. So
boy,
somebody gave me an idea the other day. They was like, bro, just train somebody in your family and get multiple jobs and have them do the job. I'm like, that's okay, a good idea.
I'm telling
We
you,
all
bro.
get paid.
How would you
We all get
maneuver
paid.
job stacking? Basically, just make sure you don't like. If you're in a company and you don't have it, like for me, I'm in a private company. My company isn't public, so I didn't have to sign an NDA or a non-compete or anything like that. We just signed like a company agreement, but it wasn't a non-compete and it wasn't an NDA. So I was like, so with that, if you are in that same situation, like job stacking, I would just go with it. Make sure that you're established one place before you just go and try to get 2 roles. For instance, I got a second offer like a month and a half in of this role back when I first got it, and I did not take it because I was like, I want to make sure that I have my role down to a T. I'm already established to the point where I don't have to be in. I can mostly be remote. Then I've added a remote role on top of that. I know what my tech stack is here, and I know what it's like to learn from the beginning of here. So that now I can just replicate that, and since you already know the knowledge, it's a lot easier. It's crazy, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
How to maneuver though, like I said, I don't have experience doing it. But
And our company only
what I
operates out of Georgia, so it's like we're specific. I'm
yeah,
telling you, it's not. There's a lot of private companies out there.
yeah. What I will say though, like having just one job, it's like I see how I could do it. To be very honest, it's gonna be about like mapping meetings,
Yeah, pretty much.
and if you ever got a conflict, and you will with with meetings, you can probably try to drop out or say you're doing something, but you don't want to do that often. So
I
you
feel
just
like if
gotta
your work is
be
done, then
slick with
you're
it.
good. If it's like, for instance, like if you're
Yeah,
ticket based working and you're not just project based, because project is gonna require you to be in a lot of meetings. You're gonna be talking to a bunch of people. You're gonna be cross collaborating a lot. But if you're like working hourly for like
ticket
60 or
based.
70 an hourly, $60 or $70 hourly, and you're just doing like it's ticketing and provisioning and things like that, I don't
Yeah,
think, yeah, it's not that, it wouldn't be that hard at all.
yeah.
Not gonna
Ticket
lie.
based IAM roles much easier to job
Oh
stack for
God.
sure. I think you still can because I've seen people even do GRC stack GRC roles. So I
With
just think it's on
compliance.
the person. Yeah, you gotta be. It depends on the person.
A lot less automation
You
on
just-
that too. It's mainly just conditional access, pretty much.
Yep. Project management,
Mm-hmm.
being able to, you gotta be detailed. That's
Yeah.
all. Get your work done. You be alright.
AP, you want to move? You want to talk about office politics a little bit? Talk about what some things you had to deal with that you didn't expect when you first got a role.
Let me think on that one. Office politics.
Yeah. So basically, like, what's some things that you didn't realize? Like for me, I didn't realize how much like people bullshit on these meetings. For instance, like the first 10 minutes of the meeting, everyone's just shooting the shit half the time, and then you actually only get like a few minutes of meat and potatoes. And then most of the time, even on my calls, we drop early, so it's like they always give you time back. A lot of
Yeah.
this, it's a lot of fluff in it in cross collaborating because there's always something is going to be holding the project back. You're going to notice that projects have deadlines and always the deadline is moving. It is moving
Oh
the
my god,
entire time. It is never just going to hit the deadline or get done early. Nah, it's usually always prolonged.
bro. When I tell you, like, I've never, never has a single, like, not one project has been completed on time ever, like, ever, bro. So I mean, there's always somebody that say something, and it be the most. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, it be irking because it's like somebody will come in, some type of manager will come in and say something, and it be like, okay, why does that even matter? It makes no sense. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get more free time to yourself if you want to do whatever you want to do. Study some more on them free time. Like it is what it is. But as far as office politics though, I think like you can influence people too though.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get in good with certain people, connections and everything. You get in good people, and you're more likely to collaborate with them other teams and stuff like that because you got good relationship with them. So
Mm-hmm.
you can get stuff done. You can get projects done faster if you want to. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, office
Yeah.
politics though, like I don't got much for it, bro. It's like I don't. I try to. I ain't gonna say stay to myself because I talk to everybody. But uh,
There's a
oh,
lot of
here's
awkward
another.
jokes for some
Here's one
reason.
thing, bro. Here's one thing. Some people feel different about this. If you got two cars, drive the worst one.
Oh,
If
don't
you
drive
going
in the
into
dark. Oh
office,
yeah.
drive the worst one, bro. Drive the worst car.
Uh,
If you going on if you doing if you going out the weekend, you going to the club or you went to the club or you did anything or you going out of town, bro. Say you just went to sleep and got rest and you cleaned up around the house. Please,
yeah.
bro.
Don't
Like
be the person that they think
don't
always goes out
nobody
and
there is your
they're
friend, bro.
yeah they're not. They are
Nobody. They
everybody
could
there
be
is trying to
cool as
sleep. Yeah.
hell,
Oh God.
bro. They could be the coolest people ever.
Oh,
Keep
they be
it
hating like a
keep it
mug.
cordial. People start hating, they start acting different.
And
You
not
get a new car, they
everybody,
start
because
handing you
shout
more
out to
work.
Manny. Shout out to Manny, because not everybody, but definitely most people. Boy,
Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
facts.
People like they could be cool though. They could be real
Yeah,
cool,
oh
but
yeah.
you'll be surprised what they'll
Boy,
do behind your back.
you never know. Facts.
But yeah,
And
I,
guys, we coming up closing on 7:30, and we do have a hard stop at 35. I wanted to get a few questions in here. Anybody got any questions? First of all, type one in the chat if you learned anything. If we gave y'all any type of sauce that you didn't realize about, the corporate side of, working in tech or cybersecurity or however you feel, Appreciate. All right, look, yeah, we got everybody here spamming ones. Appreciate it. What's good? What's good? Let's be y'all posting the Q&A. Yeah, it's gonna be on there, Dello. I'm gonna have this shit up there like by 7:40. I'm gonna have it posted right after this. I got you
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep. And be in there. I know
International
we
IAM, I don't
skip
see
some
it being a
weeks.
problem. I know in Europe they have positions. I don't think.
Oh
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, cybersecurity is cybersecurity. So access management is just what you would have to be targeting. I don't know if they
Yeah.
have different naming conventions for it necessarily,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Even a lot of U.S. companies offshore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh God, we deal
it's a
with
lot of
Indians
opportunities.
right now. Oh God, a
Yep.
lot of contractors. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people trying to steer away from Indians too, because it's like
Yeah.
it's a lot of what's the word, turnover
Mm-hmm.
in India.
Mm-hmm. They're always flipping companies. It's crazy.
Yep.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, they get into a bag though. What up, C
Facts.
Dot All right, y'all. Let's get into some of these questions. We gon' I'll extend it as long as 40 if we got to go to 40, but um let's get into some of these questions. Y'all can put some questions in the chat. There's a button at the bottom of the or your phone, or if you're on a PC, there should be a hand symbol. Click that, and it'll bring you up, and you can ask the question,
Yep.
or you can just put it in the chat.
We got one right here. I'll start with it. Um, Took my cybersecurity plus some months back and missed it by a few questions. Not gonna let it discourage me. Any advice on direction on where to go for prep? My second attempt as well. As where to practice and hone IAM skills. We greatly appreciate it. Focus on the Sec Plus right now. Don't worry about your IAM skills right now. Focus on the Sec Plus, but definitely some good resources. Professor Messer is really good. Just watch that large, long form video he has. I watched it on 2 times speed and just take notes. But another good way is using. There's an app called Pocket Prep, and it has every CompTIA cert and a bunch of other certs on there as well. And it's basically just it's daily questions. I did 100 questions a day is what my goal was, to do 100 questions a day and to make sure. And it really got me ready because there were questions that were basically trick questions with similar types of acronyms, and they were getting me. But after using Pocket Prep and getting those wrong, and then getting that into my head, it made it way easier to get it because I failed the Sec Plus the first time too. So you got it. Don't even trip. You got it. Pocket Prep, Professor Messer. What else? You got anything else for that AP?
Professor Messer, I'll
Professor
take
Messer is
Security
good.
Plus.
Okay.
I've never had Security Plus, so I'm taking Security Plus next week. Um, Professor Messer,
Yeah, Professor Messer is lit.
he's a
I
goat.
ain't gonna lie. Yeah, just do that and practice questions, and you be solid. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yep. If anybody want to come on, just click the hand button, and y'all can ask your questions
They said,
live
is it
if you
easier
want.
to get a W-2 role instead of a contract role? So basically full time or contract. I don't. I mean, all my roles that I got offers for were all like full time roles. So I can't even tell you. I'd say W-2 is easier. I'd guess.
Yeah, I've never had a contract role. Good for stacking though. That's what I hear.
Yep. Contracts is what you. Yeah, facts. Because if you have one full time position and you want to stack like a 6 or 8 month contract on there just to get a little extra bread just a double payment every month, just a nice little double check every month. Jesus, it look good. Oh my God. If I had a little double hopping off of what it's already hopping off of, oh, the Lord know not to give me that much power right now. It's all right. I'm telling
What was AP talking about Indians again?
you.
Yo, that sounds so bad, bro.
You said double sound good on my
uh,
mama double. Even just think about it. Everyone think about your check right now. Double of that. Just every time on the first and the 15th, just double. Ooh, boy.
facts.
I'm
That'd
getting
be dope.
organic food. I'm going to Whole Foods. I'm not going to
Facts.
man. Don't even look at me,
And,
Publix, Kroger. I'm going to Whole Foods. That's what I'm saying. Me.
man,
Oh me.
Publix over Kroger.
Oh god.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh god. I just go to whatever's closest. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Nah, what I was talking about the Indians. What I was saying
Oh my mama,
they
they
a
was
lot of
Indian.
companies offshore jobs in the U.S. to India, but it's
Mhm.
been high turnover recently, so they're stopped doing that.
Yeah. Plus the visa,
So
not
they
even
still
that
do
visa
it, but
visas, because that's not even it.
yeah,
Plus, I mean, the H-1B visa thing is still going on too, so they're not really hiring a lot of overseas people and they're bringing them in on visas. They're still hiring more in country, so I don't know how long
yeah.
that's gonna
There's a lot of
last
job
for.
opportunity in Europe too.
I used to Whole Foods
I
Corp.
used to work for Whole Foods Corp. Oh, this is up.
Nah, but yeah, we gon' we're gonna get it on out of here, y'all, man. Again, appreciate everyone for coming out here and asking good questions and trying to get some knowledge in here. And man, type one in the chat. I appreciate everyone in here coming out. AP, any closings?
Yeah, man. Like I said again, if
So
you enjoyed the Q&A, put a one in the chat so we can see if we need to improve anything. Um, but other than that, if you're new here or if you've been here and you don't know, there's different channels inside of the Discord, right? Feel free to go through those. We post YouTube videos. You can check those out. We post learning material. We have live recording. So this here today, we've recorded this. It'll be in the live recordings chat. We also